Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I want to try and talk about getting new people into the pastime of photography and particularly introducing them to film, and I'm going to be looking at my giveaway and give you the chance of getting your hands on and hopefully passing on to someone who really needs it this Praktica L and its lovely lens. Let's get into it. I've always been grateful that my father was an enthusiastic photographer and he always encouraged me to pick up a camera. And when I got responsible enough to use an SLR camera, he, and of course my mum, got me a Praktica L. This is actually a Praktica L2, but there's really no difference with the Praktica L. And it fired me off into a lifetime of enjoying photography and all the things that that's given me. I mean, I've had a good living out of photography. I've met some amazing people due to photography, and I've just had immense fun. All of that stemmed from being given the gift of being able to take pictures. And I think it's really important that as we go forward as photographers, we try and give a bit back and we try and pass on some of the skills, some of the techniques, some of the knowledge, but also maybe some of the gear, because it's not that easy for people to start, you know. It's a thing that needs a few quid to start up with, and it needs a little bit of help and mentorship. To me, the Praktica L is just about the perfect starter camera for somebody who's just going to get into film. Maybe somebody who's moving from taking pictures on a smartphone or maybe a digital camera, and they want to find that old film feeling. It's incredibly simple. Really, you only have shutter speed, aperture, a wind on, and you just have to learn to load it. Even that is made simple for you with the fast loading system that the Praktica has. The Praktica L, as I say, has no meter, so there's very, very little to go wrong with it. And when you want to meter, you can use your smartphone, and you can get apps either very, very cheaply or for free that do a perfectly good job of metering. One of the chief advantages of the Praktica L is, in fact, it uses a screw lens mount, M42. Some people call it the Pentax screw lens mount. And there are literally thousands of both Pentax Practical lenses and independent third-party lenses that you can get very, very cheaply. Some are quite expensive, particularly if you look at some of the Carl Zeiss lenses for this, but there are others that are very, very sensibly cheap. An absolutely brilliant standard lens is the one that's fitted to this Praktica L. I keep calling it an L, it's actually an L2. And that is the Pentax 50mm f1.8. I believe this was originally a Meyer optic lens before it was renamed Pentax. And there are thousands of them about, but it is a wonderful lens. It focuses to around a foot without any other close-up gear. So you can take really nice close-ups, and it's got a pretty wide aperture, and it's absolutely pin sharp. So on to the idea of my giveaway. I would really like to use the Prakticas that I got in my little buying spree recently to get some new people into film photography. Now, you may be a viewer to my channel who is thinking about moving into film photography, or you may be already a film photographer who maybe has a relative or a friend who would like to get into film photography. And I encourage you to have a go at getting this camera, which I'm going to be giving away, and then maybe passing it on to somebody, giving the gift of photography as I was given it, and so many of us were given it back in the day. What are you going to have to do to get your hands on it? Well, nothing other than putting a comment in the comment section that starts with the word Praktica. And what I will do at the end of this month, which is August, I will go through all the people who have put Praktica and sent me messages, and I will pick a winner and I will send out this camera with a film. I'm not quite sure which film it will be, but the film will only be for people in the UK, because I don't want it to get fogged going through international postage, which they x-ray everything, and it's a small thing, but I have a feeling if I send a film it will get ruined. But I will be sending this camera, which will be in good condition and worked on by me, and it will be going out hopefully to somebody who would really love it, look after it as I did with my first Praktica L, and get a start in film photography. To sum up, you don't have to be a subscriber to this channel. All you have to do is put in the word Praktica at the beginning of a message in the comment, and you can tell me all about how you got into photography. You can tell me all about how you got your first camera, whatever, but Praktica at the beginning, and then I will choose at the end of the month at random someone to receive the camera and send it out to you. It's quite heavy, so it might take a little while to arrive, but it'll be winging its way to you. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and turn on notifications so you'll know when my next video gets put up online. If you really enjoy this channel, then perhaps you'll think about subscribing, because that does put a huge cheesy grin on my face and really makes my week. Remember, you can hop over and give a little extra support on my Patreon channel. There'll be a link in the description. And I always love to get your comments and hear your points of view on things. So, until I see you again, look after yourselves and keep taking pictures.